Thank you, Madam Deputy President. I'm very proud to be able to rise and contribute to this debate on a very, very important bill and a very, very crucial issue for working people. That is the presumption of cancers as an occupational hazard, a landmark reform brought in by a Labor government doing Labor things. And though we've heard from those opposite about wanting to take credit for moving the bill and serving as a catalyst, and we've heard from the Greens about the backhanded criticisms of the Treasurer and being miserly, but at the end of the day, it's Labor governments who are elected who do these things, and the idea that the Greens will ever be able to govern and do these things is, as we know, fanciful, and the idea that the opposition would ever do this in government is also fanciful. As we've heard, the bill expands the list of firefighter primary cancers covered by the presumption in the Workers' Compensation Legislation Amendment, whilst also being mindful of existing sustainability pressures on the Workers' Compensation Scheme. This is consistent with the approach of other jurisdictions, and the eligibility for volunteer firefighters will be subject to an activity test, prescribed training requirements, and a review by an advisory panel in line with guidelines to be determined by the Minister responsible for eye-care. The bill goes further than other jurisdictions on female reproductive cancers by adding vaginal and vulval cancers. The government had committed to exploring the expansion of presumptive firefighting cancers in New South Wales, and the current Act we are amending lists 12 presumptive cancers for firefighters. The bill will amend Schedule 4, adding an additional 10 cancers, and as we've heard, they are lung, pancreatic, thyroid, skin, cervical, ovarian, uterine, vaginal, vulval and penile. I understand the shooters, fishers and farmers will move an amendment concerning the qualifying period for esophageal cancer in the existing legislation. I understand the government has agreed to review this qualifying service period as part of the review arrangements after 24 months. The government will work with all stakeholders during the course of the review in good faith. The government, of course, consulted with the key stakeholder, the Fire Brigade Employees Union, in developing this bill, and I want to acknowledge their presence in the gallery. A relentless union, Madam Deputy President, who fights for their members day and night and show that unionism is not just about wages and conditions, but first and foremost occupational work health and safety. And for those who decry our relationship with the union movement, I say to those in the chamber, the evidence is here and now in bills like this. I want to thank personally my good mate in the gallery who leads that union, the Secretary of the FBEU, Leighton Drury, who's done a magnificent job. I see Jono up there and the other officials. Welcome and thank you. And of course, all the dedicated staff at the FBEU. And thank you to the FBEU for making sure its members' voice is heard in Parliament, as every worker deserves to be safe at work. And all, of course, the grassroots members of that union, which has a very, very flat, accountable structure, as I'm sure the Secretary will tell you. He lives it day to day, lives it and breathes it. Madam Deputy President, a little known historical fact. Firefighter cancer became policy in Australia after a 2011 federal government inquiry, where the original list of 12 cancers that was adopted all over the country was actually written by the FBEU in 2011. As part of that inquiry, the FBEU industrial officer who wrote the list was one industrial officer by the name of Claire Pullen, who is in the gallery with us today. Welcome, Claire. Claire's the current Group CEO of the Australian Writers Guild and Australian Writers Guild Authorship Collecting Society and Executive Director of the Australian Writers Guild. Claire has also been responsible for some landmark legislation regarding the use of AI and copyright concerning those people in her union who hitherto were not getting recognised for their creative talent and the contributions that they make. So I want to thank Claire, who is in a lot of ways responsible for this bill. Also want to thank the responsible ministers, Ministers Kotsis and Dibb, both of who are in this chamber, and both of who always attend their bills when they're getting passed, and it's a credit to them. And again, I just want to finish off by saying this is, again, Labor government, L-A-B-O-R, doing very Labor, L-A-B-O-U-R things. It's a very, very proud moment to see this bill pass through the House, and I want to commend everyone in the House for supporting it.